This video will provide an overview of installing the Andersen LuminAire Retractable Insect Screen Double Door with SlideAway Insect Screen System. You'll need safety glasses, a tape measure, scissors, a drill, a Phillips screwdriver, a soft cloth, sealant, and a pencil. When installing this product, you will likely need a second person to assist with installation. Before you begin, find the installation guide that came with your LuminAire retractable screen door. Be sure to read it completely, including all the cautions and warnings. You can also download the guide at AndersenLuminAire.com. To avoid product damage, be sure to unpack and assemble your retractable insect screen on a soft, non-abrasive surface, such as carpet, a drop cloth placed on your lawn, cardboard, or on a work table. Verify that the exterior brick mold, trim board, or casing is firmly attached to the opening structure, and that it is a material suitable for fastening the retractable insect screen door to the door opening. The performance of the retractable insect screen door could be affected over time if it is not securely fastened to the opening. Prior to assembly, remove all packaging except the material securing the insect screen and the orange installation clips. Make sure that the exterior trim meets the mounting surface requirements needed to accommodate the retractable insect screen assembly. The assembly needs a 3/4 inch flat surface on the exterior trim face and a 3/4 inch minimum depth on the mounting surface. Next, measure the width of the door from the inside of the exterior trim. Measure at the top, middle, and bottom of the opening. Write down the narrowest width for future reference. Measure the height at the center of the opening. Measure from the inside of the exterior trim to the door sill. Write down this measurement for future reference. Now, reference your measurements to the chart to determine if the retractable screen door will fit your entryway and what configuration size you will need to use. You will be adjusting the door frame to fit the selected configuration later in the installation. If the opening width is less than 68 inches, please consult your installation guide. Check to make sure the door sill will accommodate installation of the retractable insect screen door. If the door sill does not extend past the mounting surface or does not have sufficient support, product damage or injury may result. If the door sill extends past your exterior trim mounting surface and is supported, no modification is needed. If the door sill is not extended and supported, you will need to add support blocking. Reference the installation guide for additional information. Unpack the housings and screen tracks onto a non-abrasive surface, with the side labeled Interior facing up. All components are clearly labeled for easy assembly as shown. Leaving the screens in the retractable position, arrange the components so the letters marked on the screen tracks and the letters marked on the end caps align. A to A, C to C, passive A to passive screen A, and passive C to passive screen C. Screen tracks should be oriented with the long end up and the labeled side facing out from the assembly. At the end of the screen track labeled passive screen C, rotate the screen track so the labeled side faces down. Insert the track stop into the screen track so the set screw slides into the screen channel first, followed by the locking pin receiver. Using the hex wrench, slide the track stop to the approximate middle of the screen track. Tighten the set screw enough to prevent the track stop from moving. Do not over-tighten. Repeat the process for the screen track labeled passive screen A. Rotate both screen tracks to the original position with the long ends of the tracks facing up. Now, continue with the assembly of the screen tracks and housing. The receiving tab on the end caps must slide inside the screen track. Product damage may occur if the receiving tab is forced outside the track. Confirm the fastener clips on the active housing end caps A and C are in the open position. Starting at corner A on the active housing, slide the receiving tab on end cap A inside the screen track. The receiving tab on the end caps must slide inside the screen track. Product damage may occur if the receiving tab is forced outside the screen track. Now, referencing the measurements you made earlier, choose the proper configuration for your opening. Use the 72-inch configuration for opening 70 inches to 72 inches wide, or 68-inch configuration for opening 68 inches to 70 inches wide. If the opening is less than 68 inches, consult your installation guide. If using the 72-inch configuration, adjust screen track A until the 72-inch line aligns with the edge of end cap A. If using the 68-inch configuration, adjust screen track A until the 68-inch line aligns with end cap A. Rotate the fastener clip up until it snaps into the closed position. Repeat the process for end cap C on the active housing. Now, assemble the passive housing screen tracks. First, if needed, install the track extenders. Not all openings require the use of track extenders. Track extenders reinforce the screen assembly at the wider configuration ranges. Track extenders cannot be used in narrower configuration ranges as interference with the screen may occur. Please reference the chart shown to determine when to use the track extenders. If your opening is between 69 inches and 70 inches, or 71 to 72 inches, you will need to insert the track extenders into the passive housing end caps. Position the thicker end of the track extender C toward the passive housing end cap C with the locking tab toward the screen track. Slide the track extender all the way into the passive housing end cap C and repeat these steps for side A. Now, slide the screen tracks into end caps A and C on the passive housing. Be sure the screen tracks are all the way into the passive housing. The passive housing end caps do not have fastener clips. This allows the screen tracks to slide for adjustment to fit the door opening. Remove the material securing the insect screen. Cut the material along the screw flange to avoid damage to the insect screen. Do not remove the orange installation clips. With the interior of the screen assembly facing the door opening, rotate the assembly so the active housing is on the same side of the door opening as your primary active door. Place the door onto the exterior trim surface with the screw flanges extending into the door opening. When moving the door assembly to the door opening, maintain tension on the assembly to prevent the passive side tracks from disengaging. They are not held in place by clips. Position the screen assembly in the door opening until the active housing side screw flange is tight to the mounting surface. Extend the screen so there is adequate room for using your drill. The orange installation clips can come off and be discarded. Using the 1/8 inch bit provided, drill a pilot hole 3/4 of an inch deep through the middle hole on the active housing into the mounting surface. Using a number 8 by 1 inch screw, fasten the middle of the active housing side of the screen assembly to the mounting surface. Be careful not to over-tighten. Now, drill pilot holes through the top and bottom holes of the active housing, and fasten the housing to the mounting surface using 2 number 8 by 1 inch screws. Do not over-tighten. From the interior of the insect screen assembly, hold the passive housing side screw flange against the mounting surface. Extend the insect screen across the assembly so there is adequate room for using your drill. The orange installation clips can come off and be discarded. Using the 1/8 inch bit provided, drill a pilot hole 3/4 of an inch deep through the middle hole on the insect screen housing into the mounting surface. Using a number 8 by 1 inch screw, fasten the middle of the insect screen passive housing to the mounting surface. Be careful not to over-tighten. Now, drill pilot holes through the top and bottom holes of the passive housing and fasten the housing to the mounting surface using 2 number 8 by 1 inch screws. Do not over-tighten. Measure the bottom of the screen housing to locate the center of the opening. Mark the location with a pencil. Now, measure the top of the screen housing and repeat the process. Insert the hex wrench into the track stop screw at the bottom of the housing and loosen it enough to move the track stop to the center mark. Tighten the set screw to firmly lock it in place. Repeat for the upper screen track lock. Remove the pencil marks. Now, insert a Phillips screwdriver into the upper adjustment slot. Loosen the screw until it can be moved, then slide the pin up until it rests against the screen track. Tighten in place. It's important to keep the screwdriver in contact with the screw as you move it upward into the position to prevent the screw from falling into the screen housing. Repeat the process for the lower pin. From the exterior, extend the passive screen assembly to the closed position in the center of the door. The screen pull should latch at the top and bottom of the screen tracks. If the assembly does not latch, readjust using the upper and lower adjustments following the previously described steps. Now, extend the active housing screen pull to the closed position, latching it into the passive housing screen pull. If not done previously, remove the orange installation clips and dispose of properly. Unlatch and open both screens. Insert a slot cover into the upper adjustment slot until it is firmly in place. Repeat for the lower adjustment slot. Peel the paper backing off of the corner pile and place the pile at the top of the passive housing screen pull against the glide and firmly press in place. Repeat the process for the other end of the passive housing. Now, thoroughly clean the door sill. From the interior of the screen assembly, position the SILL adapter with the textured side up and the screw holes toward the interior of the home. Insert the edge of the SILL adapter into the adapter channel located on the screen track. Now, rotate the SILL adapter down to the door sill. Center the SILL adapter in the door opening. The SILL adapter is designed to avoid the need for cutting during installation. If a wider SILL adapter is preferred, visit parts.andersenstormdoors.com. Using the 1/8 inch bit provided, drill 6 pilot holes 3/4 of an inch deep through the SILL adapter into the sill. Lift the SILL adapter and apply sealant into the holes until the sealant overflows onto the door sill surface. Rotate the SILL adapter back down to the door sill and fasten using 6 number 8 by 1/2 inch self-tapping screws. Remove any excess sealant using a clean damp cloth. Now, check the operation of your door. Congratulations! You have successfully installed your Andersen LuminAire Retractable Insect Screen Double Door. If you have questions about care, maintenance, or repair, call our Customer Care Center at 1-844-813-6664 or visit the help section of our website at AndersenLuminAire.com. Andersen. Customer care is what we care about most.